Hey, what is up guys in WGC, Whole Gamer Chucky. Now today we're back playing some more Battlefield 3 and I have seen that since the past 2 days of uploading Battlefield 3 we've received 162 views on our video, and I was absolutely amazed by that. So I've seen that you guys want some more, so I'm bringing some more up, and I've got some more coming to you right now. So basically, not only am I going to be playing some Battlefield this time, I'm going to be a bit distracted because I'll be talking to you about what computer requirements will you need to play Battlefield 3 just like me. Obviously you might not die as much as I do, but yeah. So right now I'm playing on a 1155 socket. Now most people won't know what that is, but that's the socket of my CPU, so how it fits into my motherboard. I've got an Intel 3770, sorry, clocked at 3.4 GHz, stock clock with stock CPU fan. I will probably be getting a heatsink. I have an Asus Nvidia GTX 660, 2GB of GDDR5 memory or RAM. That is an absolutely outrageous powerful graphics card that you will not need if you're doing simple gameplay. I do it because basically I'm bringing you guys videos and I'm just going to need it for other games and shit. I just hit that bike just then, so I don't know what happened. But yeah, so really once you've got like the basics, which I'll tell you about in a minute, you won't need any more than that. Like anything over that is a bit too much, you know what I mean? Like it's a bit over the limit. Like I know I have a lot, and people will tell me I have a lot, and I go, yeah, I know I have probably. That goes on my team. I know I probably have too much, but you know, it's what I could afford. But most gameplays out there are coming from consoles, and they can't afford stuff like this. So, like, if you can't afford stuff like this, I'm here for you, and we'll be doing a lot of these kind of tutorials on different games that we'll be playing. So our first one is Battlefield, and really, truthfully, Battlefield is a great game, and I absolutely love it as I'm playing it right now. So what you're going to need is, you're going to at least need an Intel Pentium. Now, I chose Intel for this build for you guys because Intel, you know, it's not like, I guess, if you want to play games and you're just solely playing games, I would go Intel. Gaming performance is outrageous, where AMD's isn't so good. AMD's is like 10-20% cheaper, but you won't be getting that performance you'll get out of your Intel Core. Now, for $50, you can pick up an Intel Pentium at 3 GHz, dual core processor with hyper threading, so it'll Windows will think that it is a quad core processor, getting all that kind of performance out of it. Playing games at max resolutions, like you could probably do 1080 on Battlefield in medium settings, like if you got a decent graphics card. Now for this, I thought that you guys might want an Nvidia GTX 630. Now the 630, well, is not close to the GTX 660. The GTX 630 has 2GB of GDDR3 memory, so it's still powerful. It can run Battlefield 3 on Ultra settings, but with the CPU, you can probably run it on Ultra in 720p. That's what I would run it on as. And yeah, that's basically the graphics card. Otherwise, you can step it up, and this is the Asus graphics card I'm talking about. The Gigabyte one is not as good as I think it would be. I have both graphics cards in my computer sitting right next to me for server hosting. There's both of them, and I use them to compare to each other how I can run games. Now, the Asus one showed me 1 frame more. Now, 1 frame's not much, but when you're looking at Ultra and you're pulling, I think it was 50 frames per second. The other one was pulling about 51 to 52 frames per second. I just think the Asus one will probably work better in like smaller games that'll give you better results. and you can check through all my games. I can play Minecraft in 1080p with the 630, and that's 2 gigabytes. You can get the 4 gigabyte version. It'll make it so much more power. It'll make it just more powerful, and it'll be fine. Otherwise, if you want to, you can, instead of buying the second 2 gigabyte one, and you want a dual monitor, buy a second GT 630. It's still gonna make it. It's gonna make it incredibly powerful, and you can pretty much play in 1080p. So you know, why not? So I'll see if I can blow up this just here. Wow. Yeah. So basically, that's the graphics card I've chosen. A 430 watt Antec power supply. 80 plus bronze certified. Now, this is good. It's reliable. Most places where you pick it up from will have 3 years to 5 years warranty. In my build right now that we're playing on, I have an Antec 650 watt, 80 plus bronze certified, and this power supply has been going for a month. I usually leave my computer running 24/7, so I've had no problem with it, and I trust Antec a lot. Now, the case, I mean, the power supply is going to run you in at about $50 to $60. The graphics card will run you in, for the 2 gigabyte model, it'll run you in for about, it'll probably run you in at about $50, $60. 4 gigabyte model you can pick up for about $97. That's what I've seen them going around for. It's probably the best I've seen them actually around for. Let's see if we can just run this guy over. Dead. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, so that's probably the prices you'll pick them up for. The case is an Antec 300. Now this case is really cheap, and you can find this case pretty much anywhere. I found it at about 6 or 7 stores in Australia, because as you might know, I live in Australia, so it's very hard to get parts. But you can do this thing that allows you to get a fake, or not really a fake, but get a United States, an address from the United States, and post to that address, but before it actually reaches that address, it gets forwarded onto Australia, so it'll come through the email and stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool. I might be ordering some parts through there. I'm actually looking to order a part in Australia, a new motherboard upgrade, so I'll be giving away this motherboard, or I'll be selling the motherboard. And the motherboard I have right now is a very simple motherboard. Well, the one I'll be upgrading to will be a lot better, and I'm gonna prefer this one, just for, you know, everyday stuff. So basically, to move on, the next part is the DVD drive. Now you can pick up this for $19, and seeing it's $19, it's just cheap as chips, and you're not really gonna go wrong with it. Like, just, I guess, putting in, if you want to put in games and stuff, it's just a lot simpler. So that's gonna run you about $19. For the hard drive, I went with the Western Digital Caviar Blue. So it's an everyday hard drive. Otherwise, you can step up to the Caviar Black. The Caviar Blue will run you at about $53, where the Caviar Black will run you at about $73. Next from that is what next? Well, I've added an extra fan to this build, which is $9. That's like, you can pick it up for $9. In America, I've seen people pick them up for $3.50. Now, there's not really much else you have to add to a computer other than that, except for the RAM. Now, the RAM, I went with 8 gigabytes of G-Skill Rip Jaws memory at 1333 megahertz, and this is actually $53, so it's pretty cheap. Now, this is basically, this whole build is going to run you about $450. You could pick up all this stuff for. Like, it's a cheap build. It's something you could pick up an Xbox and games for. Like, it's really what you can get. Mouse, keyboard, and screen. Everybody has screens laying around. Connect it up to your TV. Like, literally, you can do anything with it. There's not a certain thing that you have to connect it to. You can connect to TVs. You can connect to anything. So, like, basically, that's it. the motherboard I'm suggesting for this build, I'm going to say it. It is the P8. Hang on, I just got to find the case for it. This is the motherboard I actually have in my computer, sitting next to me. Okay, so it is the P8B75MLX. Now this is a good motherboard. This has got a GPU boost on it. UEFI BIOS, so mouse and keyboard. It's good to install Windows on, and you know, really, you can go pick up a copy of Windows for this computer, Windows 7, Windows 8 if that's your fancy. I don't like Windows 8. Most people do, now that it just looks like that. It apparently is more compatible with your Xbox. I fixed my Xbox today. You may know that I did have a broken Xbox, but I fixed it, so I was pretty happy about that. And other than that, guys, really, I'll just do a bit more playing and a bit of talking to you, such as, do you want COD coming back? Do you want COD? Do you want me to play COD? Call of Duty? Black Ops 2? Maybe Modern Warfare 3 if I can get my hands on a copy soon? Because, like, I want to play it again, but it depends whether you guys want me to play it again. Like, I enjoyed it, but I wasn't getting that many views for it, so I just thought maybe stop, just continue on with Minecraft and stuff like that. But if you want, leave it down in the comments below, and if you don't leave it in the comments, I literally don't know what you want me to do, and it's pretty hard to just figure it out by myself. Really? You didn't die. Thank you. Yeah, so people were complaining to me in the comments. Comments have been removed off YouTube, but people were complaining to me about my videos being bad because it's not the content that they want. And I said to them, well, did you let me know in the comments what you wanted? And they said no. I said, well, I'm sorry, I can't really help you there. That's your fault, it's not my fault. I tell you guys nearly every video, and I can't remember everything every video. I have a lot going on, and this is the Easter weekend, so I thought I'd better do a video for you guys, as it's a time of joy, and I am Catholic, so I do really get into Easter, like the spirit. Not much as the religious side, going to church every day and stuff like that. I don't really do that. I haven't been to church all day today, because it's Good Friday. I was actually playing BattleField for most of the day, I'm pretty sure, with some mates. And yeah, like, really, I was out for a fair bit of the day, helping someone set up because I'm going to a party tomorrow. So really, guys, thanks for watching. WGC Whole Gamer Tricky. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let us know in the comment section below, guys. But be sure, guys, on the 20th subscriber, which will be a great achievement for me. You know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna do a giveaway. Now we don't know what the giveaway is gonna be yet, but if you think we should do something, something special for a giveaway, something that you want, that you might be able to win, let us know. And then thanks for that, guys. See you later.